Good midday to you on this Sunday afternoon. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights, Radio Vermont. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. We're looking at antecedent or antecedent conditions currently across Vermont. Leaves have not yet come out, kind of hinted at by the red sugar maples here, a slight kind of a hint of red. And this pass came over during the morning hours on Saturday. For the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook, generally low to no impacts for utilities are expected through this period, which lasts through Friday. There will be some channeling wind gusts approximately Thursday, maybe into Thursday night, with the cold front approaching this region. And that'll trigger off some showers on a few thunderstorms Thursday night, mostly into the first part of Friday. A nice elongated area of higher pressure will set up ahead of that event later in the week. This will deliver some great project weather Monday through Wednesday for comfortable spring-like sunny days. Current conditions, we have some shower activity that's kind of rolling through. Most of this being painted on radar, but a lot of the reporting stations, it's just not reaching the ground. A little bit more as Berga here. Northern and western parts of Vermont, Champlain Valley, I don't think you have too much to worry about. Let's take a look at the latest computer modeling. So roughly about noon here, this would be, that's actually 1 o'clock, this is 2 o'clock. We start to see a little bit of the shower activity kind of creep up to the north, roughly on a line from northern Rutland County to about the southern part of Caledonia County, just getting into Washington County. These showers will be kind of creep on through. This is about 6 o'clock tonight, that's 7, 8, they start to fall apart and then work on out of the region. Unfortunately, it'll mar Sunday afternoon, but other than that, we don't see anything major coming in, and high pressure will build in for some spectacular weather to follow. So this is the 6-hour panels from the European model, and shower activity departs. We got high pressure that builds in. It's actually rather chilly aloft. But this elongated area of higher pressure will give us some pretty fine weather, it looks like, right into Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are looking great for project weather. We have the next weather system coming in. You can see that it's going to bring us some showers and maybe some thunderstorm activity. But just out ahead of that, along about, it looks like on Thursday, you can see some channeling wind gusts here in the northern Champlain Valley, around the Grand Isle region. Doesn't look to be too bad at this point, but there's some indicated wind gusts over 40, maybe some lower, some wind gusts as high as 45. And then we do have some shower and thunderstorm activity that'll work through mainly during the overnight period on Friday. And timing will be suspect here because sometimes on Friday during the overnight period we won't realize any thunderstorm activity. So anyway, showers and precipitation works on through. And then we have another area of higher pressure building in. Just for kicks, looking at a warm front, probably an active warm front with showers and thunderstorms. That kind of kicks in. That looks good for probably along about Sunday night. And so conditions are looking a little bit more interesting as we get into that period. Sunday's GFS ensemble centered on Burlington. You can see that was the showers that's occurring in the afternoon here. Again, this is centered on Burlington. I don't think this is actually going to really arrive into Burlington, but it could. And we're looking at generally 2 to 4/10 of an inch, but that even looks a little bit high. Then a nice 3-day stretch of our good weather, and then things become a little more showery. And you can see that depicted here, but nothing of any major consequences as depicted by the GFS ensemble, Canadian ensemble model. Weather Prediction Center for the next 7 days beyond the period gives us, looks like somewhere around a half inch or so, or a little bit less. And the main storm track is going to be out to sea. And also a little bit to the west, this area is going to have some active thunderstorm activity. And then some tropical, subtropical storms around the vicinity of Florida. Okay, GFS ensemble temperature-wise, we're looking at a little bit of a cool period here, and then we warm back up. Temperatures at Burlington anyway, pretty good ensemble match here, forecast to hit at least the mid-70s. And this could probably even be a little bit warmer, as this has a tendency to be a little bit conservative. And then nighttime lows, we got to watch this for the potential for some frost. It looks like on Monday morning. But things kind of come apart here with that next cold front, and there's a lot of disagreement in the modeling between the European and the GFS model. Once we get toward, say, Thursday night, Friday, you can see things kind of come apart in many of the GFS runs. So looking a little bit at the 850 hectopascal levels, we get just cold enough for a little bit of wet snowflake action, but by that time, precipitation's out of here, so no worries there, and we stay warm season the whole time here. High temperatures for the next 5 days, anomalous, about 3 degrees above normal. That's kind of nice. About 3 days later, a little closer to neutral, so a slight cool down as weighted. And from the climate reanalyzer, you can see here's our cold weather in the northeastern part of North America. It's very warm in the Arctic, but there seems to be another cold patch that's kind of developed in between. We have warmer than normal anomalous temperatures in the way up into western Canada, the Yukon even, and it's a little bit kind of extended into our neck of the woods here, but again, this is going to be filtering in eventually later. Looking at Asia, just for kicks, they got kind of a cold front, and most of the rest of the world is above normal. World, ½ degree, northern hemisphere, 0.6 of a degree, southern hemisphere a little cooler as it usually is, the Arctic, 0.6 of a degree, Antarctic is a lot warmer, and that's unusual. Usually it's the Arctic that's warmer and the Antarctic not quite as warm. So they have switched places recently, and the tropics are running about 0.4 of a degree above the baseline normal. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.